2000, Ford spun off the components arm of the workforce and called it Visteon. Basically, they just used that to just put us into the position that we find ourselves in now. From that time in 2000, we've had managing directors there, a guy called Mr. Steve Gordon, you probably heard about him, Len Jory, totally obsessed with just getting our terms and conditions. Not interested in making a success of Visteon at all, just basically trying to like starve us. What they've done from that time is just outsourced our work. From 2006 they came to us with a plan for growth, and that plan for growth was again for us to relax our terms and conditions. In what they would give us for that would be a future at Visteon. So that is what they said anyway, a future at Visteon, if we relax our terms and conditions.
Don't work too hard. I was on nights. Bill, you was here.
We was working, we was all working. Basically we was all working, normal shift, and then about 12:30, 1:45, all got called down to canteen. We all sat in there, and they said, as from 12 o'clock midday,
You're unemployed.
You're unemployed. You've got 6 minutes to leave the premises. Yeah.
And as we were coming out of the canteen, the administrators were outside and walked in.
Yeah. Well, they was in the canteen, weren't they?
Oh yeah, they was there, weren't they? Yeah.
They was in there giving the speech saying, this is it. It's all gone into receivership, and that's it. Got to leave the premises. Yeah. There's 2 bits of paper on the table. Picked up the paper and walked out.
Picked up the paper and walked out.
I think everybody was so shocked.
A lot of it was shock. A lot of it was shock.
Just
I
unbelievable.
can't believe that you can work for a company for 33 years and they can do that. Walk out with nothing.
It was planned. We all
Definitely
reckon it was
planned. Definitely
It's
planned.
more annoying letting all them people go on redundancy packages and paying sort of like temporary workers 10 grand, and they've done a year and a half. They paid out a hell of a lot of money, and then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they closed the place. If they knew it was closing, why didn't they pay all that money out?
Next day we came up here, some of us went in the plant, sat in there till the evening, and then the police turned around, came along and said, if we don't leave the premises, they'll arrest us. And that was it. We ain't been in there since.
You know, I'm very optimistic. We're also optimistic the fact that when we were pulled out on there, we believed that we was on our own. Besides Kevin and John, we didn't think we was going to get any support. We didn't really care that we was going to get any support. We was just going to carry on fighting anyway. But you know, the amount of support I've had from the socialist parties is unbelievable. They have far succeeded the support that we've had from the unions. You know, we have pushed our union, the hierarchy of our unions, into doing what we want them to do. But I'd just like to finish and hand over to Kevin in a second and just say that what I'd like to say to all of you is I'm getting a lot of feedback and people are saying that we are the inspiration to you. But what I want to say to you lot is that you are the inspiration to us. Thanks.
You know, I honestly think that the amount of help, as what Frank has just said, that you've given us has been absolutely tremendous. You know, sometimes we're a bit disillusioned with our own union, what we're in, because we're helping the average worker. That is unfortunate. I'd just like to go over some of the history of what Frank's touched on. On the 31st of March, as Frank said, that we were given 6 minutes notice between the 3 plants that 600 jobs were lost. This is a multinational company, an American company, which happened on the day after that Obama came over. And Ford Motor Company spun us off back in 2000, and the agreement was made in Germany supposed to protect our terms and conditions for life and our pension rights, and they've just used this opportunity just to walk away from that. And they're expecting us on that day just to go home and see our wives in tears and children that we would have trouble feeding for the next God knows how long. But we didn't do that. John Maguire rang me as I was walking to my car from my office. You know, we've worked with a company over the last few years to try to make all their harebrained ideas work so that we've got a future, but they were just misleading us every stage.
The 31st of March you were given 6 minutes notice to leave the plant. What was the reaction of the guys? And
The reaction was complete and utter shock that the way it was done. 6 minutes notice after, say, people worked there for many years. It was disgraceful the way it was done, really.
then the following morning, I understand they invited the workforce back to come and collect their belongings, etc.
I contacted my manager, and he arranged for me to go and collect my tools, obviously because I'm in the tool room with all my personal tools, next morning at 10 o'clock. When I got to the gates, there was a lot of people there that was very angry, and they would not let me into the plant, and which obviously people were, I was very annoyed as well, because they wouldn't let me get my own personal equipment. At that time, somebody found one of the doors around the side open in the factory, and the occupation started.
So that was it, our roof, so we were all on the roof, so I knew then if we were up there that they couldn't come and get us. So 12 days later, they put some more papers, court papers on for me and Piers to go to the Strand, the court in the Strand, High Court in the Strand, for committal charges for me and Piers that we could get up to 2 years in prison and a possession order on the plant. So we went through all of that. The union's lawyers and barristers got us off with an agreement that we exited the plant peacefully on the following Thursday at noon, which we did, because it's always been a peaceful process, and we're going to carry on doing the protest until we get Ford and Visteon back to the table. As Frank said, that we're going to try to step up things now, next week hopefully, by looking at Bridgend. We're 600 workers with families that are not going to just lay down. We're just going to carry on until we get something out of this. We're not just going to lay down because of all the people at the top there keep shitting on us. And we've had enough of it. You know, they get away with it. Fred Goodwin, he had a contract to get his pension. We've got a contract and we want our pension. Right? Ford Motor Company and Visteon are two global corporations with money. If they think that they can do that to 600 UK workers without any resistance, right, they've got another thing coming. So we're just going to keep on. And I'll tell you what, I absolutely appreciate all your help and effort that you have given us. And it's given me a totally different outlook of unions generally through the UK. And I'd just like to thank every one of you for your support. Thanks very much.
This union, our union, Unite, should be leading this battle from the front, openly saying that they support the action to draw forward the